I'm here today with Elaine Lancaster. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm excellent. First off, we met. She said she watches the videos. We talked, and then she's friends with Dennis. Really hooked me up with the interview, and with Dennis Rodman. So I'm forever grateful because I want to play basketball in North Korea in like 2025.
You got game?
I got a lot of game.
Okay.
I want to really ball with Rodman. He was like, but if you really see me
Listen.
ball, he'd be like, okay.
If you got it, he'll let you do it.
There you go. I wanted to hear about your story. We were talking earlier, and like, what's your story as far as coming out as, I guess, either conservative or against the grain of what people want you to
Well,
be?
I've always been counterculture my entire life. I've always gone against what everyone said I should do, what the orthodoxy of the day was, and luckily for me, my family embraced me and allowed me to flourish as an individual. And I've headed up the largest HIV/AIDS charity in South Florida for 19 years. I was the spokesperson and the MC. I hosted Gay Pride for 4 consecutive years. I was on The Real Housewives of Miami, on Bravo. I've done so much stuff. But when I came out publicly as someone who was a libertarian who said, let's support the candidate and now the president, I was excoriated. I went from celebrated to excoriated. And it's just it has been a tragedy. Not just for me, but for a community that touts themselves as being so embracing and so inclusive. They're the most hypocritical anyone I've ever encountered, and it really breaks my heart. So there's a lot of healing that needs to take place.
So I guess compare coming out as gay or drag or however you define yourself versus coming out as libertarian.
What's the difference?
Yeah, and how you were treated.
Well, I mean, when I first started doing drag was in the 80s. So
you were way early.
I was a trailblazer, but there were people who came before me, and I stand on their shoulders. At any rate, I was mostly celebrated, and occasionally I was, vilified for doing drag, but that was just for people who were ignorant, and it's people who were attracted to the character, and it scared them, so they lashed out against it. But when I came out publicly on the internet about supporting Donald Trump as the candidate for the Republican Party, I was never a Republican. I never voted for a Republican. I voted for Obama once, and then I voted for Romney the second time. At any rate, I just got so much hate mail. I had put something on Home Advisor to get a handyman to do something for me, and I was standing in the bank at Citibank one day, and my phone rings, and it's a blocked caller. I thought it may be somebody from this website. So I answer the phone. They go, "Elaine Lancaster, we're coming for you." I put a bullet in your beep, beep, beep head.
Whoa.
And I was like, just dumbfounded. I thought, oh my God. So I went to the police department. I filed a police report. And then, as you well know, the new phenomenon with social media, it can be 9 times out of 10, most people comment on things negatively. No one celebrates people, or I don't want to say no one, but oftentimes there's not a lot of celebrating of people. They want to tear you down. So when it was affecting my bread and butter, I had to act. So it went from the First Amendment protections of freedom of speech to creating a contrived lie about me. And so I sat on it for a while, and then I filed legal charges in court for libel.
Wow. So would you say it was easier to come out as drag?
It was, oh my God, yeah, it was 10 times easier. I mean, it wasn't going to come out. I just did my thing, and no one said anything or really gave me a hard time. But, I mean, listen, I've come into contact here in California with some amazing people, who are so open-minded and who are so, want to reach across the aisle. I think it's the mainstream media that is causing so much division and trying to highlight the animosity between the community, whether it be right or left or in between. I don't really see it that often. People are really cordial here.
Absolutely, I agree. Well, Elaine Lancaster, wonderful person. Thank you so much for everything you did today.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for the interview.
And thank you for letting me share your time with all your viewers.
Yeah, I'll put your link or your Twitter and whatever else you want.
At Elaine Lancaster on Twitter and at Diva Elaine on Instagram.
You heard it here, folks.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.